And you're still watching Prime Morning. Good morning once again. My name is Roslyn Felly. And today I'm excited, I must say. I have with me the one and only Asana. I love to call her Asana. Janet Asana Nabla. Good morning, Janet.
Good morning.
How are you?
Oh, I'm fine.
Great. You look nice. I always tell you look nice.
Look, people know I'm trying to copy from you.
Janet.
When I go to other platforms, I don't look like this. When I'm coming here, I will have to up my game.
I'm honored then. I'm honored. And I like that you look nice all the time. Please continue looking nice.
I will always emulate you.
You know you have my votes. Janet is actually a president, aspiring to become Ghana's president, first female president. And if you're a woman, you need to help or support your fellow woman. So we'll all be rallying behind you, Janet, when the time is
grateful.
right. Yes.
I'm grateful. I just need your vote and the others will follow.
We'll all
and
vote
I'm grateful.
for you. Don't worry, at the right time. Anyway, so her name is Janet Nabla. Let me quickly do the newspapers and then I tell you what we are doing today. So the newspapers, I'll start with the Daily Graphic newspaper, and it reads, a nation aims for food self-sufficiency. Government World Bank back food security resilience program. And Galamsey thugs attack 2 Daily Graphic journalists. Forest Commission sets up forest protection camps. And also 3 experts analyze NPP's road to 2028. That'll be it for the Daily Graphic newspaper. The next newspaper is the Overseer newspaper, the Overseer. 85,000 plus delegates reject Bawumia despite top-down rigging plot. Oh, wow, who wrote this? Really? You are not celebrating the man for winning, but rather this? I think this headline is a little bit shallow. I'm sorry, but that's how I feel. Anyway, Ghana pushes stronger legal frameworks for digital innovation at Tech Law Conference 2026. Be measured with your choice of words. Hamza Sunuyini cautions Fifi Kwete. Mahama ranked 5th on 2026 DVEX Power list of world's most powerful development leaders. Congratulations to him. Nanoye Bampo Ado marks 60th birthday, donates items to Jowulu Special School, and Africa must move beyond raw cocoa exports. CMC MD tells Africa Trade Summit this. All right. The next newspaper is the New Republic newspaper, the New Republic. Afenyo wires coded memo to Bawumia and others. Kufuor Okwe dodged comment on KON's case or Kon's case as legal backlash grows. GTA boss gets glitzy awards in Hollywood. LA Beach or La Beach coup. Okay, Stanley Nunu accused of hijacking revenue against court orders. And the banner headline reads, MPP 2028 battle hiatus. Crown Prince revealed Bawumia wins placeholder slot. Ken rejected while Educhum and Old Horse Ejapong disappointed. That'll be it for the New Republic newspaper. The next newspaper is the Economy Times newspaper. The Economy Times. Ghana Cedi rally from Africa's 2025 champion to a shaky 2026 start. Businesses, households await banks' response to latest 250 BPS policy rate cut. And phase 3 of financial sector reforms begins as BOG repositions microfinance institutions amid players' concerns. That'll be it for the Economy Times newspaper. And the final newspaper is the Chronicle newspaper. Number 1 finally enters the box after years of delay. And the banner headline, no nonsense police strike again. Highway robbers leaders gunned down. And I see a picture of the IGP here. How he's sitting is beautiful. He's just telling us that he's really working. And so we see a picture also of the robber, the leader, gunned down there. I like it whenever there's a Bible verse here. And it reads, Psalm 7, verse 16, the trouble they cause recoils on them. Their violence come down on their own heads. The trouble they cause recoils on them. The violence comes down on their own heads. of course, the highway robbers leader has been gunned down and the violence has come down on his head. Amen. If you're listening to me today, amen. Pastor Roslyn says so. Anyway, so a very big thank you to Franco Trading Enterprise for always having our back. With Franco Trading Enterprise, you can be rest assured that we give you authentic gadget, whatever gadget you're looking for, whether mobile phones, televisions, or CCTV cameras. We say don't worry at all. We've got you covered. So just grab your phones or all your gadgets from our place. You can actually sit in the comfort of your home and order your item. All you have to do is download the app, which is the Franco Trading app, and we'll serve you at your doorstep. For further inquiries, visit our website, www.francotradingenterprise.com. Franco Trading Enterprise, still phone papa fee. And I've told you that this year we want to live healthy, so make sure you grab your Kowa natural fruit juice. Now, as you are enjoying this juice, know that you are enjoying something that is very natural from your pure cocoa. Yes, no additive whatsoever, no sugar, nothing whatsoever. It's just pure cocoa juice that you're enjoying. Drink it very chilled, and it's very healthy as well. Now, for those of you who just tuned in, I've greeted already, but I'll greet you again. Good morning and welcome to Prime Morning on Joy Prime. Now, today we focus on the ongoing Accra decongestion exercise, an action by city authorities that has generated widespread public debate. While the government says the exercise is aimed at restoring order, improving sanitation, and ensuring free movement within the capital, others argue that this is disruptive, poorly planned, and insensitive to the economic realities of many residents. As Accra continues to expand, the challenge remains how to enforce city bylaws whilst protecting livelihoods and promoting inclusive urban development. Now, this morning, we examine whether the current decongestion exercise offers a sustainable solution or merely repeats an old cycle. I'm going to be delving into this conversation with my guest, and Janet is seated here. Janet is, of course, aspiring to become the first female president of Ghana. And so I need to understand from her point of view what she thinks about this decongestion exercise. Janet.
Let me greet you. Let me greet our viewers too. I think it's a call in the right direction. I don't understand the reason why people usually want to play politics into decongestion. If you are selling things along the roadside and they are asking you to leave that place, you can't tell us that because of livelihood and blah, blah, blah. Don't you know that it is not fair or it is not right for you to be there at the first place? I don't understand the reason why when governments upon governments come and try to bring sanity into our streets, they have difficulties because the people that voted for them will come out to threaten them, and they will end up going back into their own shelves. And this it has hurt the country in so many ways, because we have people who care so much about their votes. They don't even know that the people who are telling you that will vote against you will still vote against you if they see that you're a weak leader, because they did not vote for weak leaders. They want leaders who who can stand on their words and do the needful. That's what everyone wants. Let me just even delve into Christianity. You've seen that some churches, they don't they fear that saying certain things will drive the youth away. But you realize that there's this man who just came in. They call him, he used to do some night services or something.
Who's it?
The one who organized a 31st night and at the sports
Alpha Hour?
Alpha Hour.
Yeah.
He's telling them the truth. Look at the number of people that have run to that church. What it means is that people want the truth. So if you are in the church and you are trying to cover the truth, you don't know human beings. They know you are not a truthful person, and they know that you love the worldly things more than God's things. So when they see someone who will come out and tell them the truth, they'll just run to that person. So all what I'm saying is that I think the government or the city mayor is doing the right thing. Don't renege because people are coming out to talk to you about livelihood. When they talk about livelihood, what do they mean? That they can stand anywhere and sell things? We have rules and regulations governing this country. And I don't think it is right at all for you to carry your things, stand anywhere. Look, do you know that during the Christmas season, you couldn't even get a place to pass because of how people were flooded everywhere, doing things that were not supposed to be done. And today they are asking you to move from that place. You are telling us that no. I think all political parties, instead of us to politicize the issue, let's come together.
Right.
Because when things of this nature happen, you will see that the parties in opposition will come out and try to do like they are very good and they want to help them. So now the government will be on one side and then opposition political parties will be at the other side, and it will not just help anyone. So if the government is doing something that is good, as a country, let opposition political parties come out to support. So that when the people see that there's no supporter, they will do the needful. For instance, PMP, we won't allow you to stand anywhere to sell things. So if the NDC government is asking you to go get out of that place, and you think that it is NDC, when you vote for me, I will equally do the same thing to you. So I think that the time has come for us to, as politicians, to come together.
So the issue here is, you know, when we have these people who have voted for you and this is their livelihoods, how do you make sure that they don't lose their livelihoods?
No, so you look for, I think that we have designated places that they told them to go and...
But they keep saying that these designated places, it's difficult for them to sell there.
No, it's difficult because they are on the roadside. If I am going to buy something and then I can't find it on the roadside to buy, I will have to go to the designated place. You see, we have Kantamanto. If I want to buy something and I won't see it on the street unless I enter into Kantamanto, I will enter there to buy it. But if I go into Kantamanto and other people have been given opportunity to be standing around the street, I'll just buy it from them and go away. Okay. So what they are doing is to make sure that no one is standing anywhere. They should all go to the places that they have designated. When that happens, we will be forced to go there. You understand? We'll be forced to go there to buy. So I think that what they are doing, they should do it well. So they should do it well.
Then, Jenna, some way, somehow, we have to blame ourselves too. You know what I mean? Because we, the citizens, we actually patronize those who are by the roadside.
Yes.
You know? Because for me, I feel like if they are doing this decongestion exercise, they should be able to penalize the bias.
They do. They do.
But they hardly do.
No, they do. If they see you buying from someone by the roadside, they chase both the buyer and the seller. That's what they do. Okay. It's just that once they are doing it, a time will come, then they will stop. They will say that we are losing our popularity, the people now hate us, and blah, 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 because opposition political parties will now start to try to do something to get political capital out of it. And when the government sees that he's becoming unpopular because he's not getting support from anywhere, then he will crawl back into his own shell. And I don't think that that is what opposition political parties should be doing. Okay. When the MPP were there, they were doing decongestion. Now NDC have come and they are doing same. So instead of speaking for these people who are doing the wrong thing, let's all come together and tell them that it's not right. Don't stand by the roadside to sell things. Go to the designated place. And I support them. I said,
you support them. Hey, this is the first time, you know, Janet is supporting, I must say. I've been joined by Theresa Kokui Ashie. Good morning, Theresa.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Great.
And you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Meeting you for the first time.
Yes, for the very first time.
Indeed.
Thank you so much for being here. And Theresa is part of the communications team for the NDC. Now, Theresa, your government in power, we've seen this happen over and over. It happened even last year and it's happening again. And people are asking if the timing is even right.
Okay, so good morning to your cherished viewers and listeners. I mean, there cannot be a better time. And for some of these issues, it has to be a national issue. I am not too comfortable. A party goes, a party comes. You realize that usually the last, so for instance, 2028, there's going to be another election. We've seen countless situations where parties would the last year of election would go slow on these things. Like, we won't tackle. I really know about this thing because I have a senior brother who was into this business, like selling by the roadside. So I've known this since I was growing up. It's not news to me. But it's about time we take it as a national issue. It should not be a political issue. It should not be that MPP does it, goes out of power, now MPP comes, and then that's a problem. We've heard news where cars have run into the life. I mean, people have lost their lives, not just that. Even now, as a pedestrian, you don't have a choice than to walk on the main road. And listen, there are days you can see that your foot was missed by, just imagine, I mean, any car at all can run into you. And this is an issue that needs to be recommended. And so I recommend the mayor of Accra, the AMA boss, but I'm saying that it should not be a 9-day wonder. Probably as a nation, we really need to look at it. It shouldn't be, for me, when I'm talking about achievements, I wish as a government, this one should not be part of really. It should be a national agenda. It's a lay down rule. What have we not been
doing right? Because it looks like every time it's done, we go back to square one. Last year it happened, back to square one. Now that we see the mayor back in Accra, and it's still same thing. Mayor will finish doing it months later. They're still back on the road.
Says it happens because, like I'm saying, we usually compromise on it. We take a double stance on it. Okay, we entertain these things. It happens first, second year, third year of any government, the last year of government, because of political gains and you want to win votes, you go slow on this one. And like I'm saying, I have a senior, so I understand these things. But as a nation, if we will be very particular about these things, and then probably legislature, we need to look at the legislation again. There has to be an intentional effort as a nation to correct these things. Either than that, and then my big sister also raised the concern. You asked the question. Indeed, if I want to buy something, and I know that the only way I will get it is to go to the designated market, I will go. You'll be surprised the number of hours you spend in a place like Cantamanto to look for a specific item, because you know that, guess what, if you don't go there, you are not going to get it. And we dedicate time, and then we make sure that we get those things done. So as a people, I think that it's not just about the traders. Even as a nation, everybody, we need to come on board. But for me, I'm thinking that is about, I'm sure we have the laws. As for the laws, they are there, except that we don't really push for it. In between the laws, I'm sure we'll have something about this thing. I mean, let's look into it. Let's resolve this problem. It's not just about the party coming, pushing it, and then few years to come, we leave it. No, I don't think it's
How does government respond to these accusations that, even the officials, when they go, they actually take a bribe, and then after a while, they actually close their eyes to these traders coming back on the road?
Sister, as we are people, I mean, we are human as we are, you would have people with that tendency of compromising. Whatever policy you bring in and you want the best, you will still get someone who will behind the door. And these are women. Unfortunately, most of them are women. These are vulnerable women. We have widows among them. We have single mothers who are just trying to make ends meet. They are just trying to get something to take care of their children. So I can understand the plight they find themselves in. But guess what? The right thing has to be done. Because if I'm a woman and I'm sitting by the roadside and I'm a single mother, and all I'm doing, a single mother of 3, all I'm doing is to push and get something for my kids. I mean, of what need is it if I'm putting my own life in danger? If I'm not there, what's going to happen to these children? So I can understand this as a woman, because guess what? A lot of these traders, a lot. If you walk through Mokola or Kanshi, most of them are women that are trying to make ends meet. But we can't also overlook some of these things, because guess what? It is not good. It's not healthy for your own life. Your life is at stake. It's not the best. Now, the mayor, I want to believe that has put in measures. I like the fact that he is...
Okay, so that was going to be my question for you, like the measures that have been put in place, especially to relocate some of these women. And another part is, you see, as we see it like this, this is the calm side. There's an abusive side where they go, they are beating them and all of that. Are there any measures that have been put in place to help with that?
For me, I don't think that's the best way. Well, growing up, you could see the task force people with canes. Hardly do I see that these days, because guess what? You never know. You have a cane. They are there. Well, I have not seen that. But Abaye, it has always been there, and it will always be there. But I'm saying that, well, I have not chance. It's been a while seeing a cane. I don't know if they. But the point is, you can't even flog anybody. That is against the rule. And then 60% of these women, sis, you see on the road, guess what? They have a shed. Most of them, some of them have some. So, for instance, if you are walking towards from the Tema station to the Mokola market, where we call the Kwasiajo, so that's usually how. A lot of them have shades. No, is it shelves? They have a place they can sell. But because of us, as people, we don't go inside to patronize them. They don't have any choice than to come out, all in the name of trying to make some earning at the end of the day. So as a nation, indeed, if we want this thing to be corrected, then equally, the government will do all that they can and all that, but they can't do it all.
Some also say they can't afford the shirts.
So then this is where it's very important, because listen, well, there has been times where I might be having a shed, and then the municipality says I'm doing renovation. Once it's done, something that I was paying just a little, now boom, it becomes so high.
Yes.
And then it goes for the highest bidder.
Yes.
That is also not fair. I don't think that is the right way. I've heard the mayor of Accra address this bit and saying that nobody is going to lose their sports. It's not like they are going to push people out. I want to believe that he's going to be a gentleman and he's going to walk the talk. Because most of these women are just trying so hard to provide for their children. You have something little, they are trading with it. So if you finish and you are giving it to the highest bidder, then of course it becomes a problem. So that's when the government should come in. I don't know any policy. I mean, I'm speaking out of, because I have not seen any policy towards that development, that indeed government can come in and subsidize. If government comes in and subsidize in building these sheds and building this market, listen, I think that as little as anything, I can walk in, pay something. Obviously, it's not going to be free, but something that is within my means, and then make sure at the end of the day, I have something to do.
Right. Now, Janet, do you think that successive governments have failed in tackling this congestion thing in Accra?
It's true that the women have always complained that they don't have shelves inside the market. And when you look at, especially Accra, how congested the place is, it's true they don't have any place to even spot in case they drive them out of the place that they are. So I think the mayor, before even doing this, should have done a wider engagement with them. Talk to them. What's happening? Why are you in the street? Get to know why they are there. Also come up with measures that you can put in place to be able to help them before all this. So that when those measures are put in place, and then you come out to tell Ghanaians that these are the measures that we have taken to do the decongestion. Everyone now can get a shelf over here, but the people say they don't want. So if anyone is in the street now, it means the person have refused to go to where they have designated a place for her, and then you can now take these measures against them. But if here is the case, there is nowhere for them, which is, I will tell you that 90% of the people they are doing this to, they don't have any place to go. You see, so
but we hear from the mayor that they've given them the sheds.
That inside the
they did
inside the market.
Yes.
So if they have given them a place, have you heard from the people? Because at times I don't always want to hear from the government side without listening. Okay. Because authorities, they always come up with their information to look good in the sight of the public. They don't even care about the livelihood of the people. So we should hear from the commuters. They are not even commuters, they are traders. Yes. Whether it is true that they gave them a place and then they refuse and they are there. if only your station can be able to do that, then we will know whether it is true or not. So which place? Because when you go inside Kantamanto and those other places, the place is choked, is super choked. So where did the mayor get a place to give them? So I think that the news people should tell the mayor that we want to follow you to the places where you have given to them and they refuse, so that we can film it and bring it out for Ghanaians to see that you are not being insensitive. Actually, you gave them the place and they refuse. So when these things happen, I think that the media should put more pressure to see whether actually the people have a place. Because to politicians, anytime a politician tells you something, I beg, please don't take it with a pinch of salt, because we always come up with information to let us feel good without looking at the distance. When you pressurize them, then they will find themselves wanting.
So what you're trying to say is that you doubt a place for them.
I doubt that there's a place, because this one, they should have spoken to the traders. Let them also tell their side of the story. Even though at times, when you look at Amasama and Co., they found them a place and they refuse, and they are by the roadside. As for them, I know they got them a place. They refuse and they are by the roadside. So when the task force go there and they are doing this to them, we won't even have any, no one will support them. Because they should go to the places where they have designated for them, that they refuse and they are at the roadside. So with the others, let's always find out, why are you not there? Just as my sister was saying, they are not there because if I agree and I'm there, some of the women have been saying it, I agreed. I don't want to have a problem with a task force. So I went there, but the others refuse and stay there. And no one comes here because they will just take over our customers by the roadside.
So and they would rather also go join them.
You join them. So you see, let's not, just as she was saying, they will do it and stop. It should not be a one government thing.
Janet, what policy direction do you think that, if implemented, it will help, curb this? Because this is reoccurring. Whether you like it or not, the sad reality is that there's a budget to it. So anytime they go on the road to do decongestion, there is money in there. You know what I mean?
I know.
Yes. So it's not like they are doing it and there's no budget to it. They go in there, there's a budget of probably, I don't know how much, but maybe 10,000 Ghana cedis, maybe 20,000 Ghana cedis. Let's use it to clear the people off the road. The following year, they are back again, or 6 months later, they are back again. How do we curb this? What policy would you suggest? If you were in power, what policy would you have brought in to help curb this?
We are not supposed to bring any policy. It is like how our constitution, it is enshrined in the constitution that whenever government is going to do appointment, they should make sure that they don't appoint men more than women. You understand? And then the labor commission came out to tell us that they have employed 87% of men and 13% of women, violating the constitution. You see that even in the constitution, when you enshrine it, they don't follow. The Labour Commission, are they not aware that there's a law in the constitution, Article 36(6)(b), that talks about the directive principles of state policy that men should not be employed in government agencies more than women? So why did you pick 87% of men and 13% of women? Why did you do that? They violated it. So it's not about policies. It's not a matter of policies. This one, it is a directive from the, I think, AMA. So this is a direction. If this direction is followed, then no one is supposed to be by the road.
Are you saying that if the AMA, the CEO for AMA was a woman, it would have been better?
No, I think it would have been better because women are fond of using more other stringent measures to enforce laws more than men. That's why a lot of people think that...
Our regional minister is a woman.
And she has been doing well. That woman you see a lot of, anytime you're a minister and people like you, it means you are not doing your job well. When you are in a position and people like you, you are not doing your job well. When you have difficulties with people and they are hitting you left and right, you are doing your work. People don't want you to work. So when you see that they are on you, insulting you, you see I was talking about Okujeto Ablakwa and this one, Sam George. The reason why we saw them and were hitting them is because they came out and wanted to work. When you want to work, people will hit you. When you see that a government is in power and is not being criticized, he's not bringing any policy, he's not bringing anything. Because when you come out with a policy, people will look at the policy and start to hit on you. That's why the NDC decided that we are not bringing any policy, we'll keep quiet and be hiding, no one will hit us. And that's why they have not been hitting them.
Janet. Okay. Grace Akosia Amorbing has joined us and she's part of the MPP. Good morning. How are you?
So
congratulations.
Forgive me, before Grace comes in.
Yeah.
Before this...
I just wanted to introduce her.
Forgive me.
She's not making her submission yet. I'll come to you. Congratulations, Grace.
Thank you very much.
I can tell you are very happy.
I'm very excited. I'm
happy for you too.
I am very happy.
Yes.
In fact, I didn't. I thought the guy was going to be here last week. He was waiting for me to come to see
KMJ?
Yes, KMJ. He was waiting. So I thought I was going to meet him today.
Right.
To tell him that I have won.
Oh, you have?
Yes, I have.
Yes, we are happy for you.
Bawumia is now the flag bearer of the MPP,
Yeah.
and we are happy. The party, everyone is excited in the party. So, congratulations to me.
Yes, a well-deserved win. And I know you're working towards 2028. Exactly. I'll ask a few questions later about that one so that everybody will have their take. So, yes, you wanted to make a point.
I wanted to chip in when my big sister raised, probably stakeholders were not engaged. Stakeholders were really engaged. You know, all these markets have the queen mothers. There are queens for plantain, whatever. So they were really engaged. And out of that, because there was not enough space, we realized that the mayor of Accra, the AMA demarcated. There was a demarcation.
Okay.
So there was a borderline as to where you can sit. It was so now the challenge is the fact that even with those borderline, they are still crossing. However, I believe that we can still do more engagements because the truth of the matter is finding total solution. But obviously, this activity was not, it wasn't just done in a night. It wasn't just done in a day. They were engaged. But as human as we are, listen, we are trying to get something. So you get people to break the rules, and you don't have any choice than to enforce.
But the most important thing is sustainability of this exercise.
Exactly.
You know,
that's where I raise the concern as well. It's very important.
Yes, very important. So,
Very
Grace, I bring you
important.
into the conversation with regards to the Accra decongestion exercise that's ongoing. You know, we've seen it. Your government, you were doing it every year or probably every quarter. It was happening. But then again, Ghanaians, they keep going back to the roads. How was your government doing it at that time, and how different is this one?
So I think let me just go back to planning. I'm going to go towards the planning side of all this decongestion.
Sure.
I think there was a point where during our time we went to Accra and we saw that the traders were no longer on the roads, especially around the commercial bank area. Liberty House, you could tell that movement was going on well. Everybody was okay till human traffic was also was under control. Till I think there was this fire outbreak in Kantaman.
One of the malls?
Yes.
Okay.
And then we had traders moving from their shops onto the street. So there was a point where I think I went to Accra and even the cars were finding it difficult to move because the road was now just one lane, had become one lane. The traders were on the streets. I think we've been doing this over and over and over, and I think if proper planning is not done, we'll still be doing this every year, every time. So I think when I came in, I heard her saying that there should be policies or...
No, I was asking if she were to be in power, what policy she would have put in place?
Okay, so I think it has to do with planning. If there's controlled traffic, if the market areas are, they take them to a proper marketplace. You know, they are on the streets, but if we are able to provide a place for them to stay and sell, I think it will help rather than just coming on the streets to take. What was the conversation before the decongestion? Did they have this community engagement? Did they engage with the traders before undertaking this project? They should rather engage, find a proper way of moving them from the place to a good place. You cannot just sack them. This is something, even though they are at a wrong place, this is their form of income. They engage in these trade to make sure their families are okay, they are okay. So if you just wake up one day and you decide to take them off the road, what will their families also do? So in the best way, we should all sit down, the traders and then the AMA should sit down, have a discussion on what to do. If there's going to be a discussion to move them to a different place where people can also come there to come and shop, I think it will help, rather than just pouncing on them and driving them away from the streets. They should rather engage them, find a proper place, even if the government has to put something together for them in terms of financing to help them move from, because they stay there because they feel like they have a good reach to people. People coming on the streets will just come to them and buy from them. So if you are moving them, what's the plan? Are you going to drive people to those marketplaces, or you are just going to let them stay there and they wouldn't get anything? If they are not going to get anything, they'll still move back to their streets. So it is better to plan, sit down with the market women, the queens and the leaders in the market.
So, that's what Theresa was saying earlier, that they said they actually engaged the queen mothers of the market. And the queen mothers actually had a conversation.
So, but what was the engagement? Were they just going to say, move from there? If you are moving them from there, what's the plan for them? Because if you are moving them, we should make sure that you are taking them to a place where they can still continue their business. They are coming back to the streets because they think the street is the best way for them to get the market. But then if you are moving them, if you're having an engagement with them, are you just trying to tell them that, okay, from today, move your things from here, or we are moving you to this place and we'll make sure we drive markets. So please, queens, make sure your people do not come onto the streets again. These are the type of what kind of conversation did they have with the market women? Is this something that is promising? Is this something that's going to help their business? Because if it's not going to help them, I promise you they will still come back. We've been doing this for years. But if proper planning is not done, we will still have this chaos. We will still have this thing going on every time, every government. So I think that there should be proper planning. They should have a real discussion with the market women as to if where they are moving them, they would have easy access to people, easy access to the market that they want. Because if all those things are not done, it's cost 90. We will still have these women coming back. Yes, to the streets to sell.
That's another thing, because sometimes the woman will say to us that where they move them to is difficult for them.
That's why I'm saying that is the planning. Where are you moving them to?
So now,
are you making sure that where you are moving them to, they will have easy access to people to shop from them? Because this is something that you need to sit down.
What about the buyers? Should there be a penalty for a buyer who buys by the roadside?
No, I don't think so. If you have planned this well, that everybody should move to this particular place, this is where the market women are, I don't think anybody will come on the street and see something and would want to buy. Because they put all these people, they have the Abaye people who control the crowds, the market spaces and all that. We've had that for a period of time. If they are not there, how would I get down from my car and want to go and buy from a place when I see there's nothing over there? If I know that they've moved all of them here, I will make sure when I'm coming from my house, I'm picking a trotro, or I'm driving to this place to come and shop. But if you just leave them there and there's no proper planning, there's nothing, there's no conversation, and you tell them to move, the next minute, these talks will die down, and the next minute they'll be back on the streets.
Do you think the Accra congestion problem actually needs a stricter measure? Because right now this is a bit strict, but it's not that strict. Do you think it deserves a stricter measure to get the people off these streets?
Even if we put like I said, if we put a stricter measure to this and the planning, proper planning, cooperation and organization is not done, we will still have this, we will still come back and have this conversation again. We can be straight through, seize their items, throw whatever away, break their shops, break down their shops.
I remember Medina, Medina, when they built the overpass, people refused to use the overpass. People were crossing. So at a point in time, the Abayes were giving canes. So if you cross, they'll whip you. And this is not, it was under your government, and it actually put people in place. People, when they get there, they see the men with the canes, they'll quickly go and use the overhead. So it was working. So that's what I'm asking.
So, You said that is crossing, no. It's at one point.
I mean, this is a type of
okay, yes, but
I'm not saying using it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But I think that one is controlled. It's a bit controlled because it's just at one point where people are crossing. Imagine if you have like so many points where people are, because this is a big market. Accra is big. Are you going to let me use the Kenyan as an example? Are we going to say that for so many like years or whatever, if we have to take like 10 years, we will have people holding canes for 10 years trying to whip people in place? It all boils down to planning, cooperation and organization. How we're going to organize this? Are we moving them? We need to sit down and have a better plan on paper, a good structure to move, because this is a whole Accra, not just one point of Accra. Because the market women, they are all over, and they are not just at one place. So we need to sit down and have they need to have proper planning structures put in place. If we are moving the market women, where are we moving them to? Where are we going to have access to customers or people to come and buy from them? Because that one is also very important. If you don't get that part sorted out, you will see them back on the streets after everything dies down. And I think that also they say when it's time for elections, they allow people to come on the streets to come and tell because they don't want to lose votes and all that. And I think it's very wrong. The AMA should sit down, have a good plan. They should bring everybody on board, all the stakeholders on board, and find a proper way to solve this issue. Because AMA will still, it's not about MPP and NDC. AMA, if MPP is the AMA will be there. If NDC is the AMA will be there. So it's better the people, whoever is in charge of AMA, sits down with his team, plan well, and make sure that something is done, a good structure, a good, what we call plan is put in place for the marketmen. Are we breaking down a part of Accra to move all these people there?
Okay.
It can be done. We can say we are clearing all these parts, all the slums, whatever. We are moving these markets. So if you enter the city of Accra and you want to shop for maybe shirts, what, this is where you have to go to. If you want to buy food items, this is where you have to go to. So at the end of the day, you won't have people coming on the streets. So for me, it all boils down to planning, organization, and cooperation. If you don't cooperate with the market women, if you don't have a good, proper organization, we will still end up with these kind of things on the streets of Accra on a daily.
All right.
That is what I think.
Okay, thank you so much. So we move on to our next topic. And the ladies have spoken, saying that we need to make sure that, proper planning is done to be able to sustain this exercise. Because year on, we keep doing this, going back to the same thing, and we are back to square one. So proper planning must be put in place. If I talk about a year on, I come back into it is exactly 1 year since chaotic and embarrassing scenes unfolded at our parliament. Now, after a year, questions are being asked. What has happened to these parliamentarians who took place in this particular issue? Now, it unfolded at the Parliament's Appointments Committee, where disagreements over a vetting schedule descended into violence and the destruction of public property. 1 year on, not a single member of Parliament has been held to account despite tables, microphones, and other state-owned property being damaged in full view of the nation. The nation asked, what is going to happen to the parliamentarians who were part of this? If it were to be an ordinary Ghanaian, you can trust that people would have been persecuted by now. Janet, you remember that day? It's on the screen. This is what happened that day. They destroyed state-owned properties. A year on, nothing. We're told by the Speaker of Parliament that they had suspended some of them, but to what extent?
Members of Parliament, I don't know what to say, because these are people that represent constituencies, and an entire constituency is watching you. And I know that. I think this was the minority that did that. I don't know
during
whether
during the
vetting process. And when you look into what caused it, at times you ask yourself whether we actually are practicing a democracy or we just want to use the name democracy. I think that it was about certain issues that they were asking the speaker, and the speaker was not ready to badge, and they got angry. But they should never have...
No, it was supposed to be the vetting of Honorable Okudzeto Ablakwa.
And they wanted to postpone it.
Yes.
And then the speaker said, that time the chairman of the committee said no.
The chairman said they should postpone it, the NPP. No, I think...
No, that they should proceed.
Proceed. And then the MPP said
no, they will not proceed. This has nothing to do with what happened over there that day. But I don't know, they said they were tired and that they needed time because they had a lot of issues. And when you look at this Honorable Okudzeto, the vetting, you could see that the time limit that the chairman wanted them to use for him wouldn't have been enough, because there were a lot of things that he said that they needed to verify. And the number of, I think they had a lot of information on him that they needed more time. And when we do this vetting process, it's not for either MPP or NDC. It is for Ghanaians to see the type of person we are bringing to man a particular office. Is the person fit? Is the person having other things that Ghanaians should be concerned of? What is wrong with that person? It is not about building a protective mechanism. Oh, my party member is coming for vetting, let me protect him. No, you are supposed to protect Ghana. When you are in parliament, you are not in parliament to protect MPP or protect NDC. You are there to protect Ghana. So Ghana should be your priority. When the minority came out with reasons why they want Okudzeto's decision to be postponed, I don't see the reason why the chairman should have said, no, we will not do it. You know, they also wanted to do something for their members to see that they are working to protect their interests, which is not necessarily...
So then I'll ask you this, has Parliament become more about party loyalty than, national protection?
And you think these people care about Ghanaians? No parliamentarian cares about the people of Ghana. They are there to protect their political party colours. They don't give a hoot about how to be able to do things to make the ordinary Ghanaian better. Do you think if the Parliament of Ghana was there because of us, we will have problems with transportation? We are having problems with prices of goods and services skyrocketing, and they will now order Guta to come to Parliament to ask Guta what is happening to your members? Why are we reducing things and prices are not this in? The Nestle Ghana Limited, they will not bring him to Parliament. Why is your milk around this price when prices are coming down? They won't do that. If the Parliament of Ghana was to be working for Ghanaians, we would have known. They are not working for Ghanaians. They don't care about us. They are there to protect their various political parties. In fact, when the MPP were there, anytime they bring...
Still there.
No, I mean when they were majority. Okay. Anytime they bring a bill to Parliament, if for as much as it's coming from government, they will pass it. They will say yes to it. And the minority will say no to it. The tables have turned. Anytime a bill goes to Parliament, the majority will say yes and the minority will say no. You won't find maybe some 2 or 3 people from the minority saying that this bill, it is only, I think something, Kojo Opon Nkrumah, that I saw that at times he will say that, oh, this is a very nice bill, but if we do it this and this, it will help. But I have never seen anyone in Parliament from the minority, they brought a bill, and the person will say that, oh, it's a very good bill. I support it. We don't see that. But when you go outside, you see that the Democrat, there will be a bill and a Republicans will bring, and the Democrat will say, I support it, vice versa. But this, our Parliament, no. They do things as if like they are doing robotic something. If it is yes, everyone in the majority will say yes. If it is no, the minority, they don't think like, they don't want to do things like, I don't know what to say. I don't want to use those words. But the Parliament of Ghana has become a disgrace to this country. You know, we created... Wow. Oh, no, it has become a disgrace.
That's what you think?
Not I think, Ghanaians think. Because we created the Parliament. Have you seen the bills they have passed?
But this is your opinion, though.
No. Have you seen the bills they have passed? They pass bills without thinking about the interests of the country. They pass bills to just pass it for God's sake. They have a way. How can you tell somebody that when you come to Parliament, you last insulted me, you told me this, when you come, I will make sure that we vet you out? Are you vetting the person? Are you looking at the person's competence in the office, or you are looking at the personal thing the person did to you?
What do you think should have happened to these MPs who were part of this chaos?
Oh, the chaos, a lot of things should have. To me, in Parliament, I don't actually think that they should.
Do you think they should have lost some privileges?
No, they should have made them to pay for the things that they spoiled, because those things is the taxpayers' money we use to do those things. No, they should pay for it because they are the parliamentarians and they are the lawmakers. Should we say that they should go and jail them? No. What would they do? Because they said they were going to suspend them, right? So I don't know whether suspension has been given to them or not. You see, and it should be in two ways. It should be in two ways that it should be in two ways that the fact that you are the majority in Parliament, it doesn't mean that you come up with a decision and the minority is trying to tell you something and you say that I will not listen because you are scared of your party followers. You are not in Parliament to do the bidding of your party followers. You are in Parliament to do the bidding of Ghanaians. So your focus should be on us, not on your political party members. And that is what they always miss. And that is why we are in this problem.
You know, Theresa, let me come to you. This one, you have the Speaker in Parliament, and some people feel, you know, the Speaker should have sanctioned them more. The kind of sanctions that we're seeing has not been enough. What do you say about it?
Yes, and I really can't help but to agree with the people who were calling for stringent measures. I mean, I keep saying this was an embarrassment on our nation, and let's call it as such. It's bad. It went bad. And then I heard my sister also saying that, well, they wanted the whole sitting to be postponed, and then the majority said no, so it turned into. I believe in dialogue, sis. For every situation, there has to be a dialogue, one way or the other. The fact that I want to have my way on something and I'm not getting the way through does not mean that I need to resolve to this. And the fact that these are our MPs, listen, even us, even me, even Grace, as young as we are, and we've started this political thing we are doing, we have followers. Talk about MP who has a constituency, who has the youth back, and you have people watching. And I keep saying that no wonder, for some time now, it's as if when you look into our secondary schools, you see all these manner of attitude. Students beating teachers, vandalizing properties. How are they learning? Where are they learning all these things from? It is bad. And for me, I agree that the suspension, I realized that some of them were suspended. The point is, was it enough? Today, can I just walk into any government institution and start vandalizing, and then I will go scot-free? The first thing is, they will bundle me up to the nearest police station, won't I? So I understand that they are MPs, but nobody is above the law. I don't know what the law, their own, because you see, you heard, I am not an MP. You hear them say that they are masters of their own game. We give them that space. It is their space. But at the end of the day, we have a nation to run. You can't run, and then someone would, if you don't take care, you sit down and quantify it and say that, oh, the things that was probably wasn't too much. But the thought behind it, kids are watching. We are training the next generation. What kind of
message do you think this chaos sends to the young generation? I
am saying that this kind of message is not good for the children of today. That as a child, for instance, my son McCaffrey wants something and I'm not giving, Maka says I want biscuit, and then I go, and he's also very troublesome. I go like, Maka, I'm not giving you. Am I saying that he can, the next moment the chair he's sitting on, he can just throw, not to me, but I can even just throw it out there because mommy refused to give. I'm saying that this does not send good signal. And for me, as a citizen of this nation, I don't know, and it becomes so difficult to talk about this because I'm sure that in their own space, they've done their own consultation. I'm sure the majority, coupled with the speakers, with the deputies, might have sat down to ensure that but I'm saying that this is not too good for us because we were here when, and again, the MP, I think this is the 9th parliament, right? The 8th parliament, we were here when soldiers were marched into the chamber. Some of these things doesn't order well. And then for the House of Law We want to see a change. This cannot continue. So if you ask me, if there is a need to crack the whip, trust me, I'm for it. And this one has nothing to do with, I am not saying that because I'm an MP, NDC. But listen, even if it was coming from the majority, I will still push that the right thing is done. And so that we don't send this signal. It is not the best. So this issue has come up again. I don't remember if the House of Parliament itself, Parliament House itself, issued an apology. I don't remember. I have not seen that.
You think it should have been done?
It should have been done. They owe us an apology. They owe this country, Ghana, as an apology. Not just the minority, but I'm saying that as a whole, as Parliament, they owed Ghanaians an apology.
Well, so Afenyo actually in Parliament apologized, and then we saw the majority leader also apologize. So I just want you to see the video, please. Let's take a look at the video.
The following members are suspended from the sittings of Parliament for 2 weeks. They are 1 and 2, the 2 chief whips, in the persons of Mr. Roxanne Nelson Eche, Kwame Dafiamako, and Mr. Frank Ano Dompre. 3, Mr. Alasan Suleimana Tampuli. And 4, Mr. Jerry Ahmed Shaib.
The minority, however, fiercely opposed the Speaker's decision. In a dramatic turn of events, the Speaker later reversed the suspensions, and it followed appeals from both the minority and majority leaders.
Today, I, on behalf of my caucus, would want to assure the public that such an action will not be seen in the public space again. I also, on behalf of my side, appeal to you to reconsider your decision and lift the suspensions so that our colleagues can join us, whilst the other measures that you are putting in place so that long term we can ensure the orderly conduct of business in this house is achieved.
So I am satisfied with not just the statement but also their conduct. And I will proceed to lift the suspension of the 4 members of Parliament that I considered.
So, Theresa, you've heard it.
Indeed. I can't hide it. Mr. Speaker, I like I'm saying, I'm sure there was a lot of consultation, but believe you me, knowing who I am, I wish they had gone through the process. I can't help it. That's about it. I wish they had gone through the process. Then it serves as a deterrent to others. Even though I don't want to ever believe that any MP would talk towards this line, because trust me, I realized that it became a lot of shame. I am very sure. The likes of Honorable Dampari and all that, I am sure when they sit behind their telly, this wasn't an action. This wasn't an action they were too proud of. I am sure within the heat of the moment, everything, but I still believe that the suspension should have gone through. But having said that, I believe in the wisdom. I'm sure the House did their own consultation and decided, but another bit of me wish that we had pushed through this action.
Okay, so let me come to Grace before I go into my messages. If you're yet to send your message, you can send it to us on 055-157-5757, 055-157-5757. Now, Grace, do you think that they should have acted differently on that day?
Okay, yes. I think I watched it on TV and I felt like things could have been done differently. I think the way it went, it didn't sit with a lot of Ghanaians and even them. I'm sure she said that's if you sit back and then you watch the video, you regret some of the things that they did over there. So I think, for me, violence is not the way anyway, but they were trying to also stop something from happening. I think the two sides should have sat down to resolve whatever issues, because they were not, the issues were not resolved. I'm sure that's why it led to this chaos and all that. And I don't know, they were asked to pay for the items that they destroyed. I don't know.
Yeah,
if I'm sure.
Yes.
Right.
It was more of the suspension, yes.
But then I think they were asked to pay for the items they destroyed. I don't know if that's...
I know that there was a proposal to that.
Right.
Yes, there was as to whether it was paid, I'm yet to find out. So please, producers, let me know if they paid or they didn't pay.
Yeah, maybe, I'm sure maybe the suspension, and then that's maybe if they were able to pay that. I'm sure that's why. I don't know the reason why
they were pardoned for the suspension.
He pardoned them, but maybe they paid for the damages that they caused on that day. And I think that would be very right if they are made to pay whatever they destroy, because you can't destroy government properties and then you just go scot-free. You have to pay for them and then make sure that thing is done, like placed back, whatever. If the tables were destroyed, make sure you replace those tables and microphones and all that. But I think we shouldn't encourage this. A lot of people watch their proceedings and all that. A lot of people, that day I think I was in the office and the TV was on that station the whole time, and we were watching what was going to happen.
You were in the office at that time of the day?
Yes.
It was late at night?
Yes.
Wow.
It was a campaign office.
Okay.
It was a campaign office. Okay. We don't sleep. So we watched it and then we saw what went on. And I think so many people watched it, and we shouldn't. I think it's not just Ghanaians watching some of our things every time. Different people watch our proceedings on with regards to Parliament all the time. So our MPs should watch all these things, because young people are watching. People who also want to come to Parliament in some few years to come are also watching. Is this what they are going to also experience when they get there? So we need to set examples for our younger ones to also follow. So for me, I think they should, when some of these things come up, they should find a better way to resolve the issues instead of resorting to violence and breaking down of government properties and things. So,
do you think it affected the minority in Parliament in any way?
I don't think so. It didn't affect minority, because with the suspension, it wasn't just for the minority, it was both minority and majority.
They both contributed.
So I don't think it affected the minority in any way.
In Parliament.
And you know something, when she was talking, I could see that she was being truthful about her about her displeasure, but she forgot to also mention that during the time that they won, a lot of their people came out and vandalized a whole lot of things, and they've not arrested any of them. They are ordinary people that we always say that they arrest, but they are more ordinary than even MPs. The MPs were suspended, and maybe later on it was reversed, but there are people who vandalized, burnt things, were allowed to go scot-free during the time that they listened. I thought you could have just mentioned it, because when you are objective, you are not just objective when it comes to your enemies. You become objective in your own house. And she wasn't able to do that. So I'm just
objectivity this morning is not just about NDC MPP. It's about being nationalistic.
Right.
And the fact that I did not mention that does not mean that I'm condoning it. I have said it. Violence in any form or shape must be condemned. So like you are saying, if indeed there are videos and pictures, as we saw, that some of these people vandalizing and spoiling state properties. I am not going to sit here because I'm an NDC member and say that they should be left off the hook. Nobody can break any law. It doesn't serve us. It does not serve any purpose. So it is not out of propaganda that I'm raising these things. I am raising it because wherever it's coming from, NDC, MPP, C people, we are a nation. We are running a nation.
Right.
There is a country to run. Today, if a school is built with furniture and you go and break it, guess what? It means that the district command fund, that money can be used for something else, has to be So the point is, it's not just about NDC, it's not just about MP, but you can understand that when you have this high level of violence and not really going well in our parliament, it does not it doesn't send the right signal. But it has to be condemned. If there are people that has to face the law, let them face it.
Fantastic. All right, let me read this so we get clarity on whether they paid or they didn't pay.
Exactly.
So the directive says that Speaker Gbagbe stated that not a single peso of public funds will be used to repair or replace the damaged items, which included furniture, microphones, and speakers. The Speaker ordered that the MPs responsible be surcharged for the full cost of repairs and replacements. Also, there has been significant public pressure to ensure the taxpayers do not foot the bill for the damages caused by the MP's actions during clashes over committee appointments. Similar directive for MPs to bear the cost of damages to state properties have appeared in other regional contexts, such as the Sierra Leone, where specific MPs were ordered to pay for damages within 2 weeks. So it looks like
it's punitive enough. We are tired. It's punitive enough. And no, it's punitive enough. Pay for it and also apologize, and they did.
Yes.
And so it's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I don't know why.
But as to whether they paid or not, we don't know. This was a directive.
But the speaker says that they have no public fund will be used to this. So they and the following day or something, we saw that
are they going to feel the impact in their pockets? That's another question.
Anyway, let me read some messages here. Sami Boachi Esteban-Kese says Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia represents the beacon of hope for Ghana's future, personifying the change we have been seeking. With this economic transformation vision and impressive credentials, he is poised to lead our nation to prosperity. As fellow patriots and Ghanaians, we must unite behind him to turn his vision into reality. Dr. Bawumia's presidency and Samuel Osei Sarkodie, aka SOS, as the Eastern Regional Youth Organizer, hopeful. All right, thank you so much for sending this. The chaotic scenes witnessed in Parliament are deeply unwarranted and wholly uncalled for. It is troubling that the MPs who orchestrated this disorder were met with nothing close to proportionate punishment. One cannot help but imagine the fate of an ordinary citizen who dared such conduct. He would have been met with swift and severe punishment. Yet MPs routinely flout the law, from reckless driving beyond the prisons of Parliament to blatant misconduct without consequence. This double standard is a sad spectacle of our democracy and a dangerous signal that privilege has eclipsed accountability. Daniel Akpaliok from Sandeba. Daniel, thank you for sending that. Good morning, Rosalind. A hearty congratulations to the humble and indigenous Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia for winning the flag bearer race. In fact, he has exhibited full dedication, commitment, and resilience throughout the race. As a party, we are solidly behind him to deliver victory in the 2028 elections. However, unity is paramount moving forward, and undoubtedly, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is a unifier. Long live NPP. We are NPP. Abdullahi Abdul Razak from Tamale. This incompetent NDC government should spare us our ears. How many times since last year have they initiated this lousy decongestion exercise? They are secretly selling Valco lands, but when you ask them, their reply is fuel price is low. Yet they have cleverly levied 45 Ghana cedis on a gallon of fuel at the pump. Weissman Mankesim. Nane B, NAB, that is Nane Kwamwa Boating, says, good morning, Rosalind. I urge the majority in Parliament to be tolerant of minority views. As the saying goes, the minority have their say while the majority have their way. We are practicing democracy, not authoritarianism. Okay. A very special greetings to Adrian Kessia John Boyd, incoming NPP national chairman. All right, thank you for sending that. Good morning, Madam Rosalind, and your panelists. I'm Big Alasko from Garu Tempani, and my greetings to all the youth in Tempani constituency and Honorable Joseph Mbila, DCE of Tempani. I think the decongestion in Accra is the right direction. Let's not politicize it because it's going to benefit everyone. For the parliamentarian who caused destruction to public property should be severely reprimanded and made to pay the full cost of the destruction, and also publish their names on the media. Well, their names were published. We heard about it. Your speaker said they were going to pay for it. It was a suspension that they were pardoned for. Good morning, Roslyn, and to your panelists, Michael from Spintex. If we can all remember the tragic accident that happened in Ashaman, where Kia ran over the trader who was selling by the roadside, and I think what our traders are doing by occupying the roads is very bad, and the law must be enforced, and they will find the best place to sell. You can all bear with me that when you go to Ashaman and La Paz, you can't even have pavement to walk on, but rather have to walk in the middle of the side road. Some of the traders don't abide to the laws of the country. They are all aware that the pavement is made for pedestrian, but they rather occupy that pavement. Let the law deal with them. So that's why I asked if stringent measures should be put in place, or there should be some kind of...
say something. You know, the traders, right? The guy, you see the message you read, I think you mentioned pavements and all that. We have these laws, law enforcement, AMA guys over there in the marketplaces.
Even
so why is it? Yes, exactly. So when one person is coming to put,
they watch them.
We watch. So you wait for them, for everybody to come before you try and move them from there. I think we have a problem with the law enforcement.
Monitoring
people.
That's where the problem is.
Because you don't wait for everybody to come. I'm sure one person.
You said something.
That's what I'm saying.
She said something.
One person will come. Then another, then another. So why do you wait for everybody?
She said something that there's always a budget for this. So they wait for the people to gather, and then they would take the budget and go that they are doing decongestion.
Okay, I think I missed that part, and I think it's because it doesn't even make sense.
No.
It doesn't make sense in any way that we see the people coming
and you just
I actually asked the question. You know, could it be that the budget that is also there? Because it's not a free thing. You know, anytime are doing a decongestion exercise, they go in there and there's a budget.
When you go into their budget, you see that decongestion exercise, So they allow them to gather so that they can take that budget to go and do this decongestion exercise.
Anyway, let me read messages. I'm okay from Bansama in the Senate West District. For the first time in history, due to Bank of Ghana artificially injection of dollars by depleting our forex reserves, Cocoa Board couldn't increase the cocoa price for to the 6,000 Ghana cedis promised. The worst of all, Cocoa Board is waiting for the dollar to go up before they exchange the cocoa proceeds to be able to pay farmers. The future is pregnant. Formula 331 is a fiasco. Nkokon Kitten is dead. Teachers and nurses automatic posting is buried. All fees and charges have been increased. When you complain, all they say is dollar is down. Every farmer is crying. All right, let me see if I have some more messages here. Okay, Akonsi Gariba from Tamale says that good morning, Roslyn. We are grateful to Allah for providing Ghanaians an alternative voice to make the NDC administration sit up. Congratulations to Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Congratulations to all the Elephant family. We shall return to power in 2029. All right, I'll read just one more and then I take my seats. Good morning. Please, 1 second. Okay. Good morning. Please ask your panelists if any of them is a market woman. They don't know what they are saying. The women they are shared. The women have been given shared.
Not true. That's not true.
Women they are shared but refuse to go there. Okay, so ACL is saying that they have been given shares but they have refused to go there. Okay. All right.
I think so.
Okay. Good morning, Roslyn. This strategy of decongestion over the years haven't worked. Yes, they haven't. There should be proper engagement with these illegal occupants to make them understand the implications of their jobs and why they have to move. Governments are there to ensure law and order and also create jobs. The government cannot solve any problem and create another. We must all go back to a rhetoric table to get the best solution, because truly the activities of these people on the streets of Accra causes a nuisance. Greetings to my sister Theresa Kokui Jr. Thank you so much for sending this message. I'm so happy. I'm beginning to lose trust in Global Info Analytics. He gave 14 boss. Why are you losing trust? This government has ruined the cocoa sector. Chop small chop almost half of our gold reserves, increased cost of living in Ghana, yet zero development, zero employment, insecurity is higher, Galamsey has worsened, etc. Even in the days of COVID, we didn't experience this worst governance we are seeing today under NDC. God save Ghana, returns to Dr. Keshin Owusu-Poku, Ashanti Regional Communicator. Okay, so that'll be it. All right, that'll be it. Anyway, hey, I have to let me read this one. This one I want to read it. I'm sorry, I just want to read it. The person says, "It is hatred. It's hatred. I haven't heard any UP rep in any studio in Ghana projecting their hugely party, but out of bitterness, only attack Dr. Bawumia and MPP." This from Weissman Mankesim. Okay, Weissman is saying that UP, you should congratulate Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. So please hurry up and congratulate him. It's very
that's
important.
how I want to close.
All right, so we are ending our conversation with the win of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. So over the weekend, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia was elected as the flag bearer of the NPP. They're excited. They say they are going to get power back again from the NDC. They are taking their power back in 2029 or 2028 elections, and will be sworn into power 2029.
Yes,
and I know that Grace is very excited.
Oh, I'm
about
very happy.
Yes, Grace.
That's why I was late.
Yes, talk to us. Talk to us
so
about.
First, I want to say a big thank you to all the delegates across the 276 constituencies. We really appreciate them. They've shown love. I think for the past weeks I was here campaigning for Dr. Mahmoud. I think every morning I greet and I campaign for my candidate. And I think I mentioned it here last week that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia will be declared as the flag bearer of the NPP on Saturday. And it happened right in front of our eyes. And we are so happy, we are excited. We want to say a big thank you to the team who helped for this victory to come to. Yeah, I see somebody giving me the number 3 sign. Let me do the sign.
Okay.
We thank all of them for helping this victory come to pass. It's a massive endorsement. I think we had how many? We have 276 constituencies, and out of that we won, I think 246 of them. Yes, we won all those constituencies. The dynamics from 2023 changed drastically. You know how you are in the media space. You know the tension. You know everything that went on. The things that were said. The things that people said about Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, some predicted a runoff and all that. And then we went for the elections and you saw the numbers. We had in every constituency, we had, the margins were very wide. Delegates accepted that this is a candidate that we have promoted for the past 8 years and we need to present this candidate. NPP believes in political consistency. We know that if we bring Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia again, we are going to win the elections in 2028. And I know, I told you, we are united. The party people believe that this is a candidate that can unite the party to win power. If we are not united, there's no way we are going to take power back from the NDC. And I know that with everybody coming on board, with the kind of votes that we plugged in, with everybody coming on board, I know that this is a sign of victory in the coming years, and we're going to work together to make sure.
Is everybody on board though?
Everybody is on board.
Are you sure?
Yes, with the margin.
So far. So far.
So far, everybody, we've had all of them coming to the house. Even before the election, right on Saturday, people called Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Some of them called him to congratulate him. We saw them at the party headquarters together when the EC declared the result that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is the flag bearer. We saw all of them. Then that is a sign that we are all going to unite. The other candidates are going to work solidly behind Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia to secure victory for the party. We are one big family. Yes, we went for a contest. Everybody, we're all out there campaigning for our candidates. I'm sure things were said, and we will all apologize to each other. I'm sure I said something that didn't sit well with someone. We apologize to each other, and then we are looking at the bigger picture, and that's what we all want to see. I'm sure if we win, everybody in NPP will be excited, so we'll put our differences behind us and make sure that we win the elections. That I'm very happy. I'm so proud. for all the hard work that we put in, sleepless nights, traveling from one region to the other, it paid off. And the one thing that I'm happy about is this is a massive endorsement. This kind of vote that we had on Saturday shows clearly that everybody, almost all delegates in MPP are solidly behind Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. And that's what makes me happy. Yes, we don't have any.
But you know, there's a video that's trending, and I don't know. Let's take a look at the video. What you think about it? And this actually happened after the elections. It wasn't before the elections. So let's take a look at it. Yeah.
Fear delegates. Mommy, voting is done. Counting is underway. How is it going for your candidate, Kenneth Japan?
Well, what am I going to say? It's not going very well for him, but I'm really, really surprised at the delegates again. I told them last time, I said, you bring Bawumia, you go to opposition. You are bringing back Bawumia. Let me tell you, and I'm saying it with authority, Bawumia will never, ever be president in Ghana here. Never. He came to destroy the MPP, just like his father destroyed UP. He has destroyed MPP, and that's the end. I'm telling you.
What's the basis for saying he won't be president of Ghana?
I am telling you. You want me to tell you something?
Tell me.
We are 75% of Christians. Muslims are 14%. The other religion is the other 11. So let me tell you something. When you go with the other religion, when they talk or say, so from there, they join the Christians. So I will tell you something. Christian right now is what, 11? Or maybe I'll just cut it 6 plus 75, which is 81. There's no way anywhere in this world that majority will let a minority lead. And if you let a minority, I'll give you an example. Just go to the parliament. Is it possible that the majority there will let a minority lead them? It's a question. It's a simple question.
Is it about religion basis?
But let me tell you, everywhere in this world, everywhere, you cannot go to a Muslim land and you Christian tell them you want to lead them. They will cut off your tongue. You see, that's what they don't understand. We don't have a problem with any Muslim. We don't. But they won't. I'm telling you.
So now, is your camp going to support Bawumia going into the 2020
Of course.
election?
But we will never win.
You are supporting him, but you know you know win.
Well, of course. We know. And I tell you, the big people, the people...
All right, so
no, this was when they were campaigning. The counting.
It wasn't even up to counting.
It wasn't even. He's talking out. She's talking out of pain. When you are losing, I mean, it happens. When you are losing, you start acting
it's very, very
in a way.
painful.
So that time they were counting, and she realized she was losing. That's why she couldn't stand the heat. That's why she was doing this. So I don't blame her. But when you say Christians, she mentioned Christians and Muslims and all that. I'm a Christian. I decided to follow. I followed Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia since 2023. I'm a Christian. I work with them. They are very nice people. I've stayed in a classroom with Muslims. I think I had the sitting mate who was a Muslim. I've lived in houses, homes with Christians and both Muslims, and they are wonderful people. This is not about Christianity and Islam. This is about somebody who has what it takes to lead a country. We are talking about policies. We are talking about how our country is going to progress. Who will be able to give us that? It's not about where I'm coming from. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia didn't create himself or put himself in that family. He came to this world and his family is in this religion and he finds himself there. But that doesn't take his what we call it, his brains out or his wisdom out. He has what it takes to rule the country, and I believe that is what the Ghanaian community, the Ghanaians are going to look to vote, not where he's coming from or where he's going with regards to religion. So with all she said, I know she's talking out of bitterness, and there's one thing I want to say to people who are in this kind of state. I mean, she's talking out of pain, and I understand her. One thing I want to say, I think I wrote it on my Facebook, that bitterness doesn't win anything. If you are bitter, you will stay bitter forever, and you will die in bitterness. So it's better you forgive yourself and forgive others, and then move on. When you move on, you will win. So with what she's saying, I think all what she said, I've heard a lot of things. I know she was talking out of bitterness. She's pained. A lot of people are pained. They should take their time and heal and join us.
Okay, fantastic. Yes, you were saying something.
I watched her. I watched her express her pain. And I heard that is Duncan Williams' sister.
Yeah, Archbishop Duncan Williams.
Yeah, I'm surprised. This is not Christianity. This bitterness is not Christianity. The Bible warns us about arrogance. It warns us about bitterness. Bitterness is from the devil. It's not from God. The Spirit of God is humility. It is compassion.
People get paid.
Let me tell you something. I'm just telling you, the attributes. The attributes is not normal.
I mean,
anytime you are bitter, it is a demonic spirit. It is not normal.
Oh.
So you have to tell God that, please remove this spirit of bitterness out of me, because that is not your spirit, and I reject it. So when I saw her expressing this bitterness and was putting a lot of emotions into it, to the extent of talking about Muslims and Christians,
never win.
I just realized that.
Could it be? You know, she kept on saying she's talking on authority.
Authority of what?
Wait, so maybe, I'm just saying maybe. I'm playing the devil's advocate. Maybe she had some inside information, and that's why she was...
So let me tell you something about inside information. I'm coming. Let me tell you something about inside information.
Yeah.
No, a lot of Ghanaians are not aware that President Mahama is not a Muslim. They think he's a Muslim. People don't know. When you tell someone that President Mahama is not a Muslim, he is a Christian, then they will say that, President Mahama, then you will say yes. Ghanaians don't care whether you're a Muslim or a Christian. We have some people, that type of attitude he has, it's not Christianity. A Christian is somebody who opens up the heart to everyone, whether the person is a traditional believer, whether the person is a Christian, whatever you are. If you have something good in you, then he will open up to you. Do you think that the 71% of Christians we have are Christians, yet we are having corruption that have bedeviled our country?
Exactly.
It means you are Christian, you are not practicing Christianity. You want to be religious in the eyes of the people, but when you talk about doing the things that makes you a Christian, you don't practice it. Look at the amount of churches we have. Your brother is inclusive. And yet when we talk of corruption in the country, it is skyrocketing. Instead of we talk preaching about good attitude, we are preaching about money in the churches.
Why have we brought his brother in?
No, I'm just saying that the brother, he should be learning from the brother.
Yeah, I'm sure she's part of
She should be learning. She should be learning. She should be learning from the brother.
I don't know. You know,
to me,
you don't know whether
I mean, I think
or not. Okay. To me, no matter what, when you are from, my dad was a reverend minister at the Presby Church. Everything I heard you talking about the book of Psalms chapter 7 verses 16 that says that his mischiefs shall fall upon his own head, and his violent dealings shall come down upon his own pate. Why did God say all these things? My dad was a reverend minister, so I am a scholar of Bible. You can't talk about Bible and I don't know what is going on. And when I see someone who is practicing religion and is not practicing, walking in the footsteps of Christ, I know. Jesus Christ don't do what he did. People will not look at you and then say that because of religion they won't vote for you. That is a very bad notion. Your candidate lost. You are sad. We look at the amount of money. Let me even use this to thank all the 5 candidates. They did well. I want everyone to know that what happened in the MPP, we've never had elections of that nature in this country. It's always one person having money and the others are just tagging along. When you look at the NDC, look at my party and this, and one person has the money, the rest are just tagging along. So the NDC, they've never had a great competition in their life since the inception of their party. So they don't understand. When they see what happened, they will be talking. I had Franklin Kujo on my platform saying that we were expecting you to get more. And I told him, you don't understand. The elections you have watched, you've never watched this election before. So pay attention. These were not ordinary people. Ghana politics, money wins political power. And these people were not ordinary.
We condone that?
We are not condoning, but you have to realize that when someone has money and want to contest you, that is a very big threat. Right. Because the person has the money. If he has a message in addition, you are doomed. Do you understand? And these were people who had the money.
But Janet, let me. You are a politician. You want to be a president one day. Do you have the money?
Exactly. I have to look for the money. Because if I don't look for the money and another person is able to get the money, I'm gone.
So right now you don't have the money. So for now you know that it's
no, I can't use my own. I can't use my own money to do some. Even though there are certain things I'm using my money to do. Right. When it comes to the bigger issues, I need to. Politics is about people paying 1 cedi, 2 cedi, party dues. So that is why we always go around looking for more party members to add.
So
and then we encourage you. Is the due? No, the dues will help the party to conduct the elections.
Okay.
So that instead of them saying that, like the way the MPP tax their people to pay 4-point-something million, it is not the best. The party's dues should be used to take care of the party's activities. Instead of telling me that I want to contest, I should come and pay this amount of money. It means you are going to disenfranchise people who don't have money. And that is not the best.
People are of the opinion that, these monies that they share during the, campaign season or during the time where they are supposed to go vote, it actually promotes corruption. Because these people will give the money, they go bankrupt, they come back, and they'll have to loot from the state.
That is what they have all been doing. Have you asked the NDC where they got money to do their campaign and they are in here?
But we are talking about the MPP.
No, so what the MPP are doing now is what the NDC did. And Ghana is paying for all the debts that they owe. Every penny the NDC use, Ghanaians are now paying for it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Every money the MPP use in their primaries, Ghanaians are going to pay for their internal elections this thing for them. And that, in one way or another, wherever they got the money from, Ghanaians will end up paying. And this is something we should not encourage. But let me congratulate
Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
Oh, he has done well. For the second time, the MPP have given a northern opportunity. And I think that the perception that Ghanaians were having that the MPP is a southern party, they have just crashed it to the grassroots. And if the NDC says they are not scared, I want to tell you that it's not true. You can see the fear in the NDC, and then they should be scared, because with my party, I won't be scared because I'm not in power. They are in power, and they should be scared, and they are scared. So to me, we know that no matter what they do, the PMP will unseat them. One of the political parties that
is not scared about Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
Oh, to a woman. Ghanaians have seen what the men have done. Okay. They have seen what Mahmoud Bawumia and his colleagues have done. Okay. And they think it is time for them to bring a woman.
All right.
And the woman should not come from anywhere apart from the People's National Party. Fantastic. That's my party.
Fantastic. Theresa.
Yes, I don't know where my sister is coming from. We are scared and we are scared. Listen, the Ghanaian people have...
But are you not?
They are scared, Papa. Go to Facebook and check.
Why should we be scared?
We are very scared.
Within a year since we came, massive improvement, right? So that alone, the good things that is being done speaks volume. So as for scaring, no, it's in another conversation. But last week on another sister station, I raised this concern about money. And for me, some of these issues, I really don't like pinning it on being partisan about it. And then I remember the host even raised a point that scared me. He said, if we don't take care, a point is going to come. There's going to be a time where I want to contest as a president, and then I will have a donor as probably a drug dealer. And then when I get, of course, because the person is behind me, and all the person is doing is to be pumping the money. Then I win the election. Don't you know that, won't the person have a say? Is the person not going to influence
drugs,
the way I do my things? It was, you can say that he blew it up, but he was trying to let us understand how serious that issue is. So for me, as for money, I wish we're going to get to a time as a nation that we are going to get the right people to lead. Not because I have money. If Grace can do the work and doesn't have the money, collectively as a party, the party can come behind Grace and then make sure that Grace wins. At the end of the day, you are looking for people who is going to serve. of what use is it when you vote for someone who has the money, the person comes, and you realize that the person is not able to serve you in any way? So it has to be a national conversation. It's not just about one party, two party, because you realize that it's getting worse and worse. It's getting more expensive each and every day. So it's a conversation for all of us. But having said that, I want to congratulate them. Yes. I've seen my sister. I want to see. Ellen Dako, Akosia Menu. I have a mate, Stephen. You've seen people go all out working for Dr. Bawumia. So congratulations to him and his team. It is good for our multi-party democracy. Now that they are done, probably they can come back to their work as minority and make sure that the right thing. No, listen, I'm saying this because the minority is there to ensure that as majority we do what is right. The reason why Ghanaians gave us the mandate, they are there to scrutinize and make sure that we deliver on the promises, right? So now that they are done with the updates, I want to see that they will settle in. But as for opposition, they are going to be there for a long time.
Well, it's for Ghanaians to decide.
I think I was mentioning the figures. Let me just say, I think we have 276 constituencies. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia won 232 constituencies out of the 276. Greater Accra, I think Ashanti region, 47 constituencies, he won 45. Greater Accra, we have 34, he won 32. You mentioned Akosia Menu, Adenta, I think last 2023, they won with just one vote. This time, we won with 267 votes. My constituency, Lower West Akim, we won with 335 votes. We did so well in the Eastern region, we did so well in Greater Accra, we did so well in Ashanti region and Central region. All the populous constituencies, we won in fact, we won all the constituencies.
Anyway, congratulations.
So this is a
congratulations to you.
Massive endorsement.
Yes.
Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is going to take us to the victory land in 2028.
Where's the unity?
Don't worry, this is a sign of unity.
So the ladies have spoken. This is all time will permit us for today's segments. So thank you so much for watching us. This is a News Flash segment which has been proudly brought to you by Franco Trading Enterprise and of course Kowa Natural Fruit Juice. A big thank you to you, Janet Asana Nabla, and she is the presidential candidate for the PNP. Also Grace Akosia Mwabeng, who is a part of the communications team for the NPP, and Theresa Kokui Ashie, who is a part of the communications team for the NDC. Thank you so much, ladies.